Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben, and this is the Smoking Hot Confessions BBQ Podcast. Hey family, I hope you're well wherever you are and you got that thin blue smoke rolling. This is episode 5 of season 6, my US road trip part 2. In this season, I kick things off with 2 weeks in New Orleans. There, I head to a couple of competitions and spend some time hanging out with the who's who of Southern barbecue. From there, it's up to Kansas City for 4 days of barbecue nirvana at the National Barbecue and Grilling Association's annual Conference and Excellence Awards. The final 2 weeks of the journey see us head into Arkansas for some R&R, including bass fishing, monster trucks, a state cook-off association competition, an AK-47, and a brush with a tornado. And of course, you're coming with me. It is party time in this episode, as you might tell by the time we get to the last interview. In this episode, I head to the University of New Orleans for the annual Hogs for the Cause barbecue competition. This is a charity competition whose sole purpose is to raise money for kids with brain cancer. The beautiful people from Ubon's barbecue of Yazoo, Mississippi had adopted me for the weekend, and man oh man did I learn a lot from them about cooking whole hog. Interviews in this ep range from professional competitors to champions of barbecue fundraising and even to one man who was handpicked by President Barrack Obama to be a culinary ambassador to Australia. Before we get into it, I'd like to let you know about our incredible Smoking Hot Confessions tumbler. If you're looking for a barbecue mug that will keep your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold for literally hours on end, our stainless steel double-walled insulated tumblers are for you. When we were product testing them, it took over 24 hours for the boiled water and the iced water to return to room temperature. Head on over to smokinghotconfessions.com/shop to check it out. I'd also like to invite you to join us at the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook. If you're looking for a barbecue group full of open-minded people who just love to help each other out, the Smoking Hot Confessions community is a great place to continue the conversation. Finally, however you listen to this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review the show. It really helps me spread that barbecue love. So without further ado, grab yourself a Michelob Ultra Light and a fistful of pig spaghetti and join me as I wander around the always incredible Hogs for the Cause Charity BBQ Festival.
This is the internationally awarded Smoking Hot Confessions BBQ Podcast with your host, Ben Arnott. How long's it been since your last confession?
If you've ever traced the history of real barbecue in Australia, you will have come across Ranch Hand. Owner Cliff founded the company in 2010, mixing and selling barbecue rubs before most of us knew what barbecue rubs even were. In short, Cliff is an OG of the Australian barbecue scene. An American expat, Cliff is single-minded in his goal to deliver traditional Southern recipes with fresh Aussie ingredients. And those recipes? They're secret family recipes dating back to the 1960s. The range of products is broad, with something for everyone from the backyard grill master to competitive pit masters. Some of these delicious rubs include the Midnight Magic Rub, the Better Off Red Beetroot Rub, and the Wild and Woolly Lamb and Game Rub. I got to taste the Midnight Magic Rub at a competition recently, and I gotta say, it's very, very good. So if you're looking for a barbecue rub that will wow family and friends as well as barbecue judges, do yourself a favour and head on over to ranchhand.com.au. That's ranchhand.com.au. Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. We are live at Hogs for the Cause here in beautiful downtown New Orleans. We're out at the UNO lakefront venue. And I've got Adam from the Company Burger here, kicking it off for the first interview for the weekend. Man, how's it going so far?
Man, it's awesome. We are in the throes of preparation, getting the pits hot, getting the meat rubbed down, about to throw it on the fire, cook some meat, cook some pork, make it all nice and pretty for them.
Beautiful. So when do all the hand-ins start?
The hand-ins start tomorrow. I think at about 11:30 is whole hog. It's always the first to come off, and then pork butt, ribs, pork puree, and then we just feed people. Drink some beer, kick back, enjoy, talk, be amongst everyone, enjoy raising all this money for this great cause.
Tell me about that cause, man. What is that?
So this entire fundraiser goes towards basically families whose children are suffering from pediatric brain cancer. So they have they give grants to people. They're in the middle of constructing an actual hotel, an area, a place where people can come and stay while their kids are going through chemo or have a doctor's appointment or whatever the needs are. This fundraiser has helped build, I can't tell you how many millions of dollars it is, but it's a lot. It's helped build, I think they put in about $2 million to build this hotel and this guest house for all these families to stay while their kids are at Children's Hospital. So unbelievable cause, unbelievable time. The best people. We're in New Orleans. It's sunny. It ain't hot. Now's the time to enjoy it.
It is beautiful, man. It is definitely beautiful. Now, I can see a sign hanging just beside you there that says you guys are the grand champions in 2012.
2012, we were grand champions. 2011, we got third place pork butt. We won pork pourri in 2012 again. And then that was the year we were grand champions. And we've always been in the mix every year since then.
So good. So you're pretty excited to have another crack at it this weekend?
I'm always excited. We're doing something a little different for what we were doing. We're doing a dessert. So a few years ago, all of the pork pourri items kind of started shifting towards the sweet side because everyone was tired of tasting, smoked pork. After a while, you kind of get a little fatigued on it. So dessert started winning. And then it was kind of a bandwagon thing. And I waited probably 3-4 years. And this year, we have an incredible soft serve program at the restaurant. And so in order to kind of like merchandise that and talk about that part of our business, I decided to do a bacon soft serve. So I've got about 35 pounds of bacon sitting in about 30 gallons of soft serve in a cooler in the back. And we're going to run it through that soft serve machine. And we'll do bacon soft serve. I'm smoking a chocolate sauce. And then I got another couple friends to make a smoked chocolate sauce. A bacon praline. So a traditional New Orleans praline with bacon in it. So it'll be bacon soft serve, smoked chocolate sauce, bacon praline, blue sprinkles.
Man, that sounds so good.
Come on, dude.
That sounds so good.
I want a bucket of it right now.
Yeah. So what smokers are you cooking on this weekend?
This weekend we've got the peg leg porker BAMF 9000, which is the huge black one behind us. It's more of an enclosed system. It's a moisture environment, so it's really great for whole hog. And then we've got actually one of our pits, our pit master fabricated himself out of a 4-foot wide water transfer pipe that we found on the side of the road. Literally.
Found.
We acquired it from the Army Corps of Engineers. And he cut it up, cut a door in it, put a firebox on it, and put it on a hauling axle. And that's our smoker, man. We're running 2 smokers today.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. We like to do everything we can ourselves here.
Yeah. That's great, man. Look, thanks very much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
I understand that you're in the middle of prepping, so I will let you go.
Cool.
And thanks for being part of the show.
Our pleasure, man. Enjoy your time here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey folks, it's Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here at Hogs for the Cause in New Orleans. This has been a dream event for me, so I'm super excited to be here. And I'm very lucky to have with me right here Justin from Foxeria del Sol, who he's got lots of things to tell us about this competition. So this is going to be really interesting. Mate, how you going?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Mate, I'm having a ripper of a time, although the storm clouds blowing in are starting to spook me a little bit. What do you think?
Oh man, it's going to be beautiful weather. Yeah, I've been through some wet Hogs for the Cause, but it's going to be a good weekend.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. So what is it that keeps bringing you back to Hogs for the Cause year after year?
I think the first year we did it, we kind of just thought of it as just a barbecue competition that we'd go and check out. And we came down here, and I think the first year we raised probably about $10,000 or $11,000. And
wow!
And we it was a wet, stormy, rainy weekend. We were literally cooking in a flood, and by the end of the weekend we were all tired and ready to, go get in some dry clothes and go sit on the couch or something. But then we went to the award ceremony and we won all these trophies, and we were like, all right, well, we'll come back next year now. And then the next year we really got involved with the charity. We went and did a grant with the guys from Hogs for the Cause to a family that this young girl, Isabella, she was 9 at the time. She's been dealing with pediatric brain cancer her whole life, in and out, and right now she's in remission.
Oh, fantastic.
It's her birthday around this time of year, so every year, I think this is our 5th or 6th year, every year that we've done it, she's come out, her and her family have come out and supported us. So, ever since then, we've just really sunk our teeth into the cause. And last year we did just about $200,000. We're a little bit over this year. So all in all, I think so far in the 5 or 6 years, we've raised about $600,000.
Wow. So just this year alone, this team personally has raised just over $200,000.
Yeah. We're made up of 3 different restaurants. I'm Justin Fox with Fox Brothers Barbecue out of Atlanta, Georgia. We also have some friends of ours, Taqueria del Sol, who are also in Atlanta, and then some fellow barbecue friends from Home Team Barbecue in Charleston, South Carolina. And we just do different events throughout the year and promote the cause and raise some money and give back to the families, because they're the ones who need it. They give money to the families, no question asked, who can be there with their kids while they're going through treatments.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, without having to worry about paying their rent, mortgage, car payments, anything like that. So it's a really good cause.
Yeah, when you're in a situation like that, nothing else matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about the kids at that point, and making them happy and seeing that they're getting well.
Absolutely, yeah. And you've been a little bit sort of shy about it, but I understand you actually have set a record, like 3rd place or something for funds raised.
Part of the competition is raising funds, and so we were third. We've been 3rd place for the past couple of years. There's 2 other teams in front of us that do an amazing job of raising money. I think they're in the $300,000 range. So but hopefully this year alone, we'll make over this festival. We'll make over $1 million. So
wow, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
But and I just love the way that barbecue can give so much back to the community.
Yeah,
it's really inspiring.
Barbecue is all about community. It's all about celebration. It's all about being with your friends. And we have a little love-hate with the people down here because all the New Orleans, our football teams don't like each other.
Oh, okay.
And we're our biggest rivalries. So we come supporting our team, and they're all here supporting their team. But they heckle us nonstop. But in the end, it's all for the cause. So
yeah,
just smile and grin and drink a beer, and
all's fair in love and barbecue, mate.
Exactly.
So speaking of the barbecue, what type of smokers are you cooking on this weekend?
We have 2 different smokers that we're using. We have a Moberg out of Texas. It's an offset direct flow smoker, and then we also have a pig cooker made by BQ Grills out of North Carolina, and it's more of a kind of direct heat, but it's got a shield over. You lay the coals directly under the pig, and it's got a shield protecting it from the direct heat, but getting some good smoke. So
you're going to go for like a Carolina style whole hog cook?
Yeah, you kind of. Hopefully we'll get some crispy skin out of it, and we got a good vinegar sauce. So.
Oh, so good, so good.
We got a big 270-pound hog, so that we brought down from. It's a big pig. It's a big pig. We brought that down. It's from Riverview Farms out of North Georgia. So
I've heard good things about Riverview.
Yeah, they're good people. Yeah. They support us a lot. So
very nice. And can I ask what you're doing for pork puree? Because that's really got me really curious this weekend.
What are we doing for pork puree? I'm thinking of all the dishes that we're going through. I think I want to say we're doing a duck bacon, kind of little a duck bacon. I guess it's like a bomb wrapped in bacon. Maybe I'm getting that one confused. It's all listed in here.
Sounds good either way.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Look, man, thank you very much for your time. I understand you're real busy. You're getting ready to kick the competition off right now.
Yep.
So best of luck with it.
Cheers.
And thank you for all the work
Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, appreciate it.
To help raise money for the cause.
Yeah, enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a nice one. So don't worry about the storm clouds.
Hey everybody, I'm Leslie Roark Scott. I'm the barbecue princess with Ubon's in Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Now I'm Craig Verhaga, the barbecue ninja, and I'm also with Ubon's Barbecue of Yazoo City.
All right, Craig. So we're here at Hogs for the Cause in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tell us a little bit about your history with this organization and with this competition.
Well, I'll tell you, we've cooked here for going on 10 years now. And this event's really become near and dear to our heart. It benefits pediatric brain cancer. So the motto is for the kids. and that's why we're here. We're here to raise money for the organization. We're here, we're here for the competition too, but more for the camaraderie of the people that we've gotten to know through doing this competition over the last 10 years. And it's really the first one for us. We kick it off. Kind of our barbecue season is with this one. So, we've got people here from Australia. We've got people here, from Chicago. We got people here from New York. We got people here from
Don't forget Miami
and Colorado. So that's the thing about us here and at Ubon's is we're one big happy family, and this is our first big cook, so everybody's really been getting jacked up for it and ready to go.
Yeah, I think everybody in our neck of the woods got haircuts and got all spruced up to come down here to New Orleans. We were a part of, I believe it was the third competition here, and the guys that have this organization started out raising money for one of their friends' families, and I think the first year they had a whole hog and a sack of oysters, and I think they raised $5,000. And of course, this year, just the Ubon's team has hit our goal of $15,000 raised. So we were really excited for that.
Yeah, and as you look around, some of these teams just do unbelievable amounts of money, $200,000, $300,000 in a year. They fundraise year round, and it's just phenomenal how they
committed
this whole community. And of course it's the cooking community. It's not only the barbecue community. At this event you've got the chefs, the James Beard chefs here in New Orleans. You got chefs from all over the country that come in and cook with these with different teams, and you got teams that collaborate that bring in other pit masters from all over the country. So it's really turned into being one of the premier barbecue events done in the United States through the year.
It really is. And I think I wouldn't be surprised this year if they hit $1.5 million raised. So it's always good to use what we love to benefit others. And I'm convinced that the road to world peace is a smoke trail from a really great barbecue. So what else are you going to do this year?
Well, for me, this year, it's going to be a very busy year. We've got New Orleans here, and then in a couple of weeks, we go to Brooklyn, New York, to a barbecue place there called Pig Beach. And there's going to be a benefit for a chef that passed away last year at 36 years old. His name is Jeff Mincher. And he was a great friend of mine. Just left there last year, and 3 days later he passes away. And so that'll be the April 13th weekend, and then a couple weeks after that, host a crawfish bowl up there, April 27th and 28th at Pig Beach. Then May, we got Memphis in May, which is the World Barbecue Championship. Be going on there the third weekend in May, and June we've got Denver Q. The second weekend in June, third weekend in June, Leslie and I will be heading up to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, doing a big open fire outdoor event there.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That's a new one for our schedule, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think going from the Mississippi Delta to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and in June is going to be great.
I don't know who will be more culture shocked, us or them, when they get around us and get a little taste of the Delta.
Well, we take that wherever we go. We take Mississippi and the Delta wherever we go.
Right. Our Ubon's team had a great loss last year. We lost my dad, Gary Roark. He was our founding father. He started doing competition barbecue in 1989, so 30 years ago this October. And so we're trying to come back from such a great loss. And, it happened in August, kind of at the end of our season last year. And so, we've gone through a season of just great sadness, and I think it's really good for us to be back out in the world, and especially doing for others when we receive so much love and so much kindness and support during our time of loss. I mean, to have been on the receiving end of love from the barbecue community is just incredibly humbling, and just I hope that everybody in their life feels the sort of love that we felt during this season.
Yeah, it was at such a low point to see the rally and to see the community come together. And I mean, it's almost like you could feel each and one of them's individual hands, lifting you up.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that is just very humbling. It was such a humbling thing, but we're doing what he wants and what he built.
That's right.
And that's to keep the fires burning. That's to keep the torch. What do you say? We're not passing the torch, just keeping it lit.
Yeah,
that type deal. Right. So it was something that he said, and we've got Jacob Scott, which is the next generation of Ubon.
That's my baby, Pitmaster J. What's his Instagram?
His Instagram is Ubon's Jacob.
I think he's Pitmaster J.
Pitmaster J. Yeah, Pitmaster J there. And but yeah, so he's the next generation of Ubons coming up. So Poppy has instilled his work ethic and his knowledge into us, and it's our job to instill it into him and to keep rolling.
Keep it going. Yeah. Keep it going. So if you could pick your favorite thing to cook, what would that be?
I'm an alligator. I really have gotten to be very fond of an alligator.
You've gotten to be known for that.
Yeah, kind of the alligator guy. And I hate that we don't have one here to cook. But anyway, my my Facebook business page. Yeah, the Barbecue Ninja. We do have a video there when we were in Houston and got to prep an alligator and got to cook a couple of alligators there. And that was your first.
Yeah, that was my first alligator to even have anything to do with, and it was just fascinating. I mean, there's not a lot of meat on an alligator, but me and you managed to pull that alligator from stem to stern, man. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Yeah, cooking the alligators is such fun, but also telling how I hunt alligators and how you go out at night and you're flashing lights over a lake and you see eyes, and then you go and you throw a hook in them, and
I don't know a lot of people that volunteer for early possible death like that. I've seen the videos of you chasing those alligators, and it's terrifying. This girl ain't doing it.
Look, I mean, people jump out of planes. I'm not going to jump out of a plane. But, I will hook a, 12-foot alligator and fight it. But I mean, even with that, you have safety things that you do and you observe. And I don't ever feel like, I'm threatened at any point. Of course, you got so much adrenaline going on. And
there has to be.
Oh, yeah. It's just a great rush. But, that's the whole thing of hunting the animal, harvesting the animal, cleaning the animal. And then taking it to the pit and cooking it and treating it properly through the whole process with respect. And so that's why I do that, because what I hunt goes to the table, and that provides food for my family and my friends. So that's what I enjoy. What about you?
What's my favorite thing to cook? You know what? I've been looking around trying to figure out what that favorite thing is. For this particular festival, me and my husband and my kids have spent a lot of time working on soup dumplings and pork buns. So Jacob's like, one of his favorite things is Asian cooking, and so this has been fun to figure out. But you know what? I am most comfortable around a rib or a piece of chicken. I feel like my daddy, when we were, probably 12 years old, he started saying, if I could just put a chicken leg in everybody's hand, then everybody would use Ubon's barbecue sauce. And so I feel like he's tasked me, hey, you're the new chicken lady. And I mean, I got some in my backyard, so that's perfect. I'm glad.
I've been trying to do that too. I mean, between New York and Denver and St. Louis and everywhere we go, and cooking chicken, of course, flamethrower, cooking the chicken. We have tried to do exactly what he wanted to do, and that's put a piece of chicken or a chicken leg in everybody's mouth. So.
Yeah. I think think we've used the term to describe ourselves before as a legacy barbecue team. And, it's pretty lucky because there are a lot of those. There are a lot of those out there that are more and more generations, within their own team. And it's exciting to be part of a growing community, not just locally, but globally. And, I hope that people who are watching us will think to themselves, okay, if I'm going to be at Memphis in May, I'm going to go by and I'm going to visit with those Ubon's folks. You think I think we can issue a blanket invitation, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. We would like everyone here that's watching in Australia and abroad, come to Memphis in May. Come by Ubon's. We're H215, correct?
That's right.
Come by and see us. Have a Ubon special or a Bloody Mary. This is your invite. Come see us.
That's right. So anytime you see the Ubon's name out there, you know that you're going to be able to come by, say hello, and talk some barbecue. I like talking barbecue. What about you?
Besides, that's what I know.
Right.
I was going to say, besides, I sell insurance for a living. Besides that, but I talk barbecue more than I do that.
Right.
No, that's what we do. That's the way. I spent my adult life. That's the way I'm gonna spend the rest of my life. It's dedicated to barbecue. It's dedicated to this next generation that's coming up that you mentioned. It's such a refreshing thing to start seeing the kids. Parts of competitions,
that's really exciting. That's really exciting. Okay, so I feel like we probably need to start summing up and wrapping up. So give me your top 5 barbecue restaurants in the United States besides Ubon's, because I know that's your number one. So give me your top 5. I am. Right? Yeah. Right? So your top 5.
All right, Ubon's, and Ubon's.
You're so smart. Okay, come on. Well, where would you send folks if they were making their Great American Barbecue Tour? Where would you send them?
We've.
I tell you what. Okay, I'll name one. You name one, and we'll. Okay. So I'm going to send them to Pappy's in St. Louis.
Okay, I'm going to send them to Salt Lick in Texas.
Okay. This is hard.
Yeah,
right,
I know. You better watch it.
All right, I know. Okay, I know. I'm going to send them to 17th Street Barbecue in Illinois at Murfreesboro, Illinois. Okay.
Good. Well, of course, I got to stay true to our Mississippi roots, and I'll send them to the Shed Barbecue in Mississippi, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. So,
well, since we've made almost a loop, I'll have them end up in Memphis at the Memphis Barbecue Company, and then they'll be able to hit all of them. So, and you know what? You could sneak over to Chris Lilly. We knew it was going to be too hard. And you can't skip Sam Jones or Rodney Scott. Oh, man. You can't do that. So
you got Billy Durden, you got Pig Beach, and
right.
You got,
man.
Blue Smoke.
Once you start, I tell you what, come see us at Ubon's Barbecue in Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Love to have you.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. You can hear things are kicking off at Hogs for the Cause. It's a beautiful day in a beautiful part of the country. And with me right now, I've got Neil from Team Wet Wet. Mate, how are you enjoying it so far?
Loving it. It's phenomenal.
And how many times have you been coming here to Hogs for the Cause?
This is our 7th year competing.
7 years?
Yeah.
Wow. So what is it that just keeps bringing you back again and again and again?
We like to cook food and have fun. And support a very good charitable cause. But that's the thing, is like we get together, have fun, and support a charity at the same time. Renee and Becker and Zandy have struck like pure gold with this fundraiser. It's phenomenal.
There's not much better in life than cooking some barbecue, having some beers, and raising some money for charity.
Absolutely, like it's a the trifecta. It's like the celery, the onions, and the bell pepper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So are you from Louisiana? Like, are you a local team?
Yes, we all live in New Orleans. We all typically tailgate together for Saints games. It's like the core of our crew.
I'm so jealous that you can do tailgating here in America. We can't do it in Australia.
I think because you guys play with the strangely shaped ball over there. We have one that's slightly strangely shaped. Yours guys like getting scrums, and it's a different game.
It is, yeah.
And they play cricket too, which I should be better at, but I don't fully understand the rules of the game.
Nobody fully understands the rules.
It's a wicked googly.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So one of your team members was just telling me to ask you about the trophies. So give us a bit of a rundown of your history here.
We have one second place finish in ribs in 2016, and last year we got third place in the blue plate competition. Those are our two pieces of hardware thus far. And we're always looking to add to our collection.
So what is it that you think makes your ribs unique?
They're made with love.
That's code for it's a secret and I'm not telling anybody. That's what that is.
Yeah, they're made with love. Yeah, it's our heart and soul.
Fair enough. Okay, so what kind of cookers did you bring this weekend?
We have a grill that we built sort of like through Frankensteining parts together that we tailgate with, and then our boys back there, Noah and Ron, if you can see them, are curly-haired and fine-looking young men doing feats of strength and one of those squats. Noah, I believe your heels are not supposed to leave the ground and your butt is supposed to go level. Like, yeah, and you gotta hold it. 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, we gotta hold it. All right. We do morning calisthenics every Saturday morning, so just to keep everybody limber, because they really turn the screw with the early pig turn-in time. But to answer your question, we have that rig back there that we cook with. I don't know if this moves or it'll capture it, but and that's our primary cooking. And we're going to do our pig, our whole hog in a rotisserie. We're going to do our butts in the box so the heat it's basically a Cajun microwave, but built onto a trailer. We also have like we call it the avocado. It's a working man's green egg, where we sort of, once again, also Frankenstein a green egg. And we're going to do a ribs in a butt. We're going to do them multiple ways, try them, and turn in the best.
Sounds fantastic, mate. Look, thanks very much for your time. I'm going to let you get back to your team and keep on cooking, and best of luck with it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. You can hear that things are really picking up right now. We're really starting to kick things off. And this is super special because I've managed to track down Drew from Team Fleur de Q, and I've probably just butchered that pronunciation.
No, you did a fine job. Fleur de Q, like fleur de lis, as in the saints of the flower, but Fleur de Q.
That's my French ancestry for you.
I thought I could detect some of that in your accent.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course, yeah. So, man, tell me about your team and what you do and how you came to get to competitive barbecue.
Well, we really, some of us compete in other competitions, but really this is our main competition that we look forward to every year. And as you can see from the setup we have, when we go pretty big. I can't imagine trying to take all this on the road. It just doesn't happen. But we go big here.
This is incredible. I mean, 98% of teams in Australia are still competing in 12-foot by 12-foot marquees. So for me to come here and see this, I mean,
That's how we started out. We started out that way.
You're like 3 stories tall,
right.
2 floors, and then you got this massive marquee tent out the back here. I mean, how many people are you expecting to have on site here?
Oh, I would say 400 or 500 people rolling through here, maybe more than that.
Wow.
Maybe more than that. But, this is really what we do fundraising-wise. This is kind of the party to thank all of our donors. We have a lot of corporate, you look around and see a lot of the signs up. These are all corporate sponsors, friends, family, folks that believe in the cause, Hogs for the Cause. And this is our way of showing them a thank you and saying, hey, come on out. We're gonna do it up right on Friday night before the competition. And be our guest. So that's what tonight's all about. It's about having fun, mixing and mingling with a lot of the other teams, but also with our donors and making them feel a good welcome and let them know our appreciation.
Yeah, you got to pay them back for all the help that they've given you.
Absolutely, and a lot of these guys help us out year round. So
yeah. Now speaking of that, I understand that you are the champions of the fundraising. Is that right?
Yes. We all have really pretty decent cooks. I'm sure you've been into the kitchen. We have pretty decent cooks, and we can cook. And
Sir, happy Hogs. How are you?
You got to meet this girl. She is. We're doing an interview, so you just walked in on the interview.
Oh my God!
No, come on.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Everybody loves barbecue groupies.
Well, she's got a good story, and this is why this is a good thing for her to come in and talk. You want to tell a little bit about your story?
So my youngest son, Benjamin, is actually a 2-time grant recipient from Hogs for the Cause. Thanks to Drew Harrington, yes. He was diagnosed with cancer when he was 2, and then again when he was 7. So
what a fighter.
Yeah, he's 10 years old now, and he'll be out here tomorrow. Tomorrow is his 8-year anniversary of his bone marrow transplant. So these are an amazing group of men, and without them, oh my God, I just love them to death. And it inspired me to join a team, and now I'm on the only all-female team out here, helping to raise money to give back to other kids, just like they do, every single day.
Lovely.
That's why we do it.
Yeah. It's amazing. I can testify the money goes locally, and kids here in New Orleans receive that money. So it's awesome. I love him.
Good to see you. Good to see you. We'll come see you in a little bit. I want to come check you out.
Finish up. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's a good story. I'm glad you did.
Yes.
But that's why we do it.
Yeah, so obviously the fundraising works.
Yep.
Tell me about your history with that.
Well, like I was saying before, we're all pretty decent cooks, and we managed to win a little bit of hardware for our cooking ability. But a few years back, actually it's been about 8.5, it's been 9 years. We decided that we were going to win the fundraising trophy every year. It was going to be our trophy. And our hope is that one day the trophy will be named after our team. And, it stays with us, and we've been fortunate enough for it to stay with us all these years. And we do creative things. We've got a couple of rival teams out here. Boar's Nest is one of them. Great group of guys. And they're always nipping at our heels, and they're trying to beat us. And last year they came really close. But that's one of the things, every one of these guys is committed to raising money. And we have a large team. And when somebody joins our team, we pay dues in order to be able to throw the party, but we also have a fundraising minimum that we have. Everybody on the team has to meet a fundraising minimum. And, we'll give you a little bit of leeway if you can't do it for 1 or 2 years as you're getting ramped up, because we have a lot of younger members who maybe don't have the contacts. But, if you're consistently not hitting those numbers, we'll rotate you out and we'll get somebody in, because we actually have a waiting list of people who want to be on the team.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. So what was the number that you raised last year? What was the figure?
Last year, it was over $340,000, and I don't know exactly, $340-some-odd. So the story is our rival team, Boar's Nest, raised over $340,000 as well. We managed to eke them out by $442. That's how close it was.
That's insane. That's so close.
Have you seen the car out front?
I want that car.
All right, well, let me tell you the story about that. That's an old classic Oldsmobile 442. It's a 1970 model 442. We beat them by $442. So we decided that's going to be our battle cry for this year. So we went out and bought an Oldsmobile 442. We've completely restored it. It's a phenomenal car. If you haven't had a chance to sit in it and feel it, it's completely redone from top to bottom. The engine's been completely reworked. It's a matching numbers car, which is rare to have an old car like that with matching numbers. So we've redone it completely, and we're raffling it off to raise money. So we're selling tickets for $100 a piece, and we're hoping to sell 2,500 tickets just for the car alone.
I have no doubt that you're going to hit that add-on, mate.
I hope so.
Look, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
There's a lineup of your team members here who need to talk to you, so I'm going to say thanks very much.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
I'll be circling back for the party later on tonight.
Sounds good. We'll see you then. Come enjoy.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. I've literally just pressed record and there's a marching band walking past here behind us, so you have to bear with us a little bit. With me right now, I've got Anthony from Swig and Swine out of Charleston. Man, how are you enjoying the festival?
Oh, it's a beautiful festival, man. It's for the kids. How can you not enjoy it?
It is. What better cause could there be?
Yeah, none at all.
So how many times have you been to this festival?
This is my second time.
Second time?
Second time, yeah.
So what was it that made you fall in love with this festival?
Just the cause. So, we're giving the money to the families to help them do whatever they need to do for their families. So it's not going to research, it's not going to studies, it's not going to a school, it's going to the families who need it the most.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I've been talking to a couple of people who've been throwing some numbers around for the last couple of years that they've been raising. It's over $1 million for
It's ridiculous.
for the festival. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a great time.
It's so good. So tell me what you do at this festival. Are you cooking for the competition? Are you vending?
I'm here with my buddies from Blue Oak Barbecue. So I have four locations in Charleston. We're all wood all the time.
Under the Swig and
Swine. Yep. So Swig and Swine, 4 locations in Charleston. I'm also actually on the board of directors for the Charleston Wine and Food Festival.
Oh, wow.
So I met these guys about 3 years ago down here. I invited them up to Charleston Wine and Food. We cooked together. We got along. We had a great time. So when it came time to form a team for this year, they called me up. And we got myself. We got Patrick Fegas from Houston. We got the guys from Blue Oak, and we have Cody from Hoodoo Brown up in Connecticut. So it's a great team.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a strong team.
So you're literally pulling from 3 or 4 different states.
Yeah.
So good, man. So good. So this is all pork. This festival. It's whole hog, pork shoulder, and pork puree. Yeah.
Yep, and ribs.
And ribs. So four categories.
And there's a blue plate mayo dish that we turned in a little earlier, and there's a sauce category too.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, there's a bunch.
So, which category do you reckon you guys are going to do best in?
I hope all of them. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it's a crapshoot. You never know. The thing with this festival, it's not like any other competition. I mean, we don't have KCBS trained judges up there judging. It's volunteers. So, basically you're just cooking to make people happy right now. So you just do what you do on a daily basis and hope it wins out.
That's an interesting point. Do the judges have to do any kind of training before they get to judge up there?
No. If I understand correctly, there's 1 trained judge per table. So you got 1 out of 5 that's a trained judge. The rest are volunteers.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it changes the whole dynamic of the festival. I mean, you could throw the whole KCBS rulebook out the window and, like I said, you're just cooking to try to please the masses right now.
So that would open the door then for a lot more creativity.
Yes.
Speaking of creativity, what are you guys doing for pork puree?
We are doing we took the Newski's bacon, or that's the bacon night. So we're doing the bacon al pastor taco.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good.
So good.
And we got some ribs working right now with some corn pudding. We're doing some brisket tomorrow, so we're just crushing it. The one big thing we got coming. One of the guys from Houston made a crawfish boudin sausage.
Oh, stop
so
it!
So that'll be out here tomorrow. You gotta check it out. It's good.
I will be back.
Yeah, it's good.
Look, man, thanks for your time.
Man. Thank you.
I'm gonna let you get back to your team and,
nice to meet you.
And have a good competition.
Yeah, man. You too. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. Things are starting to swing here at Hogs for the Cause in Louisiana. I'm having a ripper of a time. I've slept off the jet lag and I'm ready to hit it. So with me right now, I've got Phil and Ronnie from Blue Oak Barbecue. There's some real big hitters on this team this weekend, so I'm real lucky to be able to steal some of their time. Fellas, thanks for being part of the show, and Absolutely. How are you enjoying Hogs for the Cause?
It's turning out to probably be one of the better ones they've ever done. I mean, you can't ask for better weather. The people are awesome, food, beer.
And this is our favorite event of the year. Like, we have all our friends come from all over the region. We got barbecue restaurants from all over regions, people from all over town. Every restaurant has something to do with this event, so it's a really good time. If you're doing barbecue, if you're cooking other food, like, you're here just having fun.
I've noticed that there's no one's here to play. Like, everyone's like, I want to have a good time, but there's all the big names. They're bringing all their big smokers. They're bringing all their best tricks and whatnot. And I think that's beautiful to bring all that kind of skill and talent together for such a good cause.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all kind of fun and games right now, but when the sun goes down, everybody's going to be in their tents, game planning, turn-ins for tomorrow.
Yeah, people might look like they're serious right now, but when the sun kind of sets and people kind of fade out, like there's a lot of partying and people having a good time. There's still whole hogs cooking and pork butts and ribs, but everybody's out here to have a good time and raise as much money as possible for a great cause.
Yeah, beautiful. So how many years have you been coming here to Hogs for the Cause?
This will be number 6, right?
6 or 7. Third one at this location.
And what's your track record been like in terms of awards and prizes and things?
We usually place top 10 pretty often, not to brag too much, but we were grand champions in 2017.
Oh, nice.
Is that right? 17?
Yeah, not last year, but the year before, we took the whole thing. So that was really exciting. And there's a lot of jealous people out there that want to take it, keep it away from us.
That Golden Pig trophy is bragging rights for an entire year, so we're going after it.
Do you have to return that trophy each year to give it to the next person, or do they issue a new trophy every year?
You kind of lease it out. You got a year to enjoy it. It's kind of like the Stanley Cup. You got a year to really embrace it and hold it tight, and then after that, they take it away, and hopefully you get it back someday.
So then with a team like yours where you're drawing people from 3 or 4 different restaurants, how do you fight over who gets to keep the trophy?
We're going to have to make a few.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just everybody gets a quarter of the year to get, whether we'll ship it out to Swig and Swine in Charleston, or we'll ship it out to Connecticut, and everybody get a little taste of the trophy. So it's an awesome prize, and it's for a great cause, and it's a really cool event.
Well, in Australia, I've heard a rumor that there's an underground black market trophy duplicate syndicate out there. You might just be able to plug into that and just have the trophy duplicated and send it out to each one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We might have to start planning that.
We've been looking, so we may have to dig a little deeper into the dark web and see what they have.
So what kind of unique things are you bringing to this competition to set you apart from everybody else?
Well, a lot of little knick-knack. Everybody's got their own tricks. We've got a few up our sleeve, but I think having everybody together, we're all going to be tasting everything and plating it all. So we'll see what everybody brings.
Yeah, we kind of bring a melting pot of styles and technique, and we kind of play with stuff in the restaurant and see what works, see what doesn't. Everything that you taste here might not necessarily be like what we taste in the restaurant, but it's close. We do a little twists and turns. Typically, we gotta change it up.
Yeah, typically we gotta enhance the flavors out here a little bit, especially with the judges. They eat so much that you really gotta stand out.
And the flavor profiles here in Louisiana are often quite complex just in the day-to-day dining. So the judges that are from the general public, you're going to have to really impress those complex palates.
Yeah.
A lot of seasoning. You really got to hit it with the seasoning, and things are a little sweeter for competition. So, it's hard to set yourself apart when everybody's eating the same thing, but we think we do it better than most, and I think the judges would agree.
I hope so too. Listen, fellas, thank you very much for your time. I realize that you're busy men.
Thank you, man.
So thanks for being part of the show, and best of luck for the awards.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you tomorrow on stage.
Yeah.
This is Brad from Charcoal Kings, and you're listening to Smoking Hot Confessions.
If you're looking for your next barbecue smoker or grill, Jagged Wood-Fired has got what you need. Owners Julianne and Glenn are multiple award-winning barbecue competitors who've even travelled to the US to compete at the World Barbecue Championships in Houston, Texas. Based out of Perth and shipping nationwide, Jagged is one of the largest pit builders in the country and has an ever-growing lineup of meat cooking machinery. Not only do they have their now famous smoker ovens, they are also producing incredibly efficient gravity-fed cabinet smokers and some of the most stylish asado grills you're ever going to see. Jagged is also well known for amazingly detailed custom work, ranging from backyard designs all the way to installations in commercial kitchens. Proudly Australian designed, owned and manufactured, you can find out more at jaggedwoodfired.com.au, spelled J-A-G-R-D. Once again, head to jaggedwoodfired.com.au, spelled J-A-G-R-D, to learn more. Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. It is swinging at Hogs for the Cause here in New Orleans. And I've got the man here. This is
Patrick Fegis.
Patrick Fegis. I missed it by that much. I remembered Fegis Barbecue and I just didn't quite get that. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries at all.
So, what are you up to this weekend?
I'm just helping out the guys from Blue Oak Barbecue. We're going to be grilling up some turkey wings tomorrow from Alabama
nice.
sauce, and we are turning in our pork brie category, which is it's going to be a peanut butter and jelly chocolate cake with a bunch of pork in it.
Hang on. A peanut butter and jelly taco cake.
No, chocolate cake.
Oh, chocolate cake with pork in it.
Yeah. A bunch of pork fat and some bacon and stuff like that.
Oh my God, wow.
It's really good.
Yeah. So good. So tell me about your restaurant in Houston.
Yeah, we got a restaurant in Houston. We just celebrated our first year anniversary. We are in a food court.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're in a food court, so we joke around and say we're the best food court barbecue in Texas.
There you go.
We're the only food court barbecue in Texas. But no, it's been great. We love it. We're busy, but we love coming out and doing these kind of events.
So how many times have you been out to Hogs for the Cause?
This is my first time.
Oh, wow.
These guys have been in, this is the third year they've invited us. Last year we opened a restaurant. The year before that we were on our honeymoon, so we were finally able to make it.
Yeah. So what impresses you the most about this festival so far?
It's a giant party. It's New Orleans. Yeah. But New Orleans is just a giant party. A lot of good food. It's for a good cause too. It's just, everyone's having a great time.
Beautiful. And what role are you filling in the team this weekend?
Whatever they need me to do, really. If it's, flipping the hog, throwing wood on a fire, serving, whatever they ask me to do.
General rouseabout, we call that in Australia.
Yeah. I'm holding down the beer. That's what I'm doing.
All right, now we get to the truth of it. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. So what are you hoping to get from this weekend?
Just have a good time. Meet some cool people, such as yourself, and see people from around the country that I've met before, that are coming in to do this.
Yeah, that's gold, man, gold. That's such a good opportunity.
Yeah, and hopefully we win. I'd love to win something too. That'd be nice.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to be doing tonight, heading into this? Are you going to be hitting the party scene? Are you going to be in the back of the tent working hard? What sort of strategy are you going to be taking?
Probably be working. I'm nursing a hangover.
He's already hungover, ladies and gentlemen.
It's New Orleans, man. No, I'll probably be working, and I'll probably try and do the partying tomorrow.
Sounds like a good plan, man.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to say thanks for being part of the show, and best of luck with the competition.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. It's day 2 here at Hogs for the Cause in beautiful Louisiana, in New Orleans, and I'm having a great time. Mr. Barbecue Ninja Man, how are you going?
It's going really well. I tell you, the weather's working great, and our fires burn consistently all night long. So our product is looking like it's right where it needs to be.
Man, that's good to hear, because I know first hand is in about an hour. Is there anything at all that you're worried about at this stage?
No. I tell you, it's just we kind of got here and took the evaluation of the hog and saw where it was, and it looked spot on, and I looked at the shoulders when I got here this morning, and the old hickory pit over here, it's like Christmas morning when you open presents up. You just get here and you open the doors, and the product is absolutely perfect. So we're pretty good where we are. Yeah.
I did get to sneak a peek at that whole hog in there behind me. Man, that looks good.
Yeah. That whole hog, it's a showstopper. It's one of those that I like to cook and to do for parties or something like that, because that's the first thing. If somebody walks in, they see that hog, it just kind of captures their attention.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt at all. So when you're serving when you're presenting the whole hog to the judges, do you lay the whole hog out on a table and they come and look at the whole hog? How does that the judging work?
Here it'll be a blind box. We'll build the blind box. Of course, you got to have shoulder in the box. You got to have ham in the box, and you got to have loin in the box. We'll do that here now. Like at Memphis in May, when we do that. That'll be a blind box, but it'll also be 3 on-site presentations where you actually have judges come on site.
Wow.
And so when you do that, you bring them to the smoker and you show them the hog. You go through the process of the cooking, and there you actually do. They see the hog. You don't lay it out in front of them, but after they do see the hog, you set them at the table and then bring them the different different parts of the hog. So.
Interesting. So does someone come around and inspect your site here to make sure you are cooking the hog as a whole?
They don't do that. I mean, it's almost like an honor system.
It's an honor system.
Yeah, it's an honor system. But yeah, and I mean, of course, they have the meat inspection like most contests, and then after that, it's just getting it done and getting that product there.
Interesting. Now, Craig is actually the guy that invited me to come to this festival. Mate, what is it about this festival that you thought I just had to come and see?
Well, it's one of these that the teams here that are cooking, they're not all professional barbecue people. They've come together for the cause, for Hogs for the Cause, raise money for the kids. And so you've got some very talented barbecue people here, but you also have a lot of James Beard chefs here that have won James Beard. Sorry. What's up, buddy? How you doing? It's just not just barbecue. It is barbecue, but you also have all these other talented cooking chefs and people here. And it's just this community has really bought into this festival and this cause and supports it wholeheartedly. And you've noticed that. I mean, it's just different than probably anyone you've ever been to before.
It is, mate. I've been running around talking to people, and everybody, whenever I ask the reason, what do you love about this competition, they all say it's because we come together to help the kids.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. And that's what everybody focuses on throughout the year. And of course, being the time of year it is, it's really the first big one that we do. So it's like getting the family back together. You've seen everybody here. I mean, from Australia all the way, across the United States, we've got people that want to come and be a part of the family. So.
I was talking to one team there yesterday who had 4 team members from 4 different states.
That's it. And that's what's really has grown here is teams that are pulling people in from all over the United States to come here and cook and be a part of this. And once somebody comes and they're a part of it, they're hooked. I mean, it's special. It really is.
Fantastic, man. I love all that. So, look, what are you most hoping to pick up a call out in today?
We hope our name is called last. The very last name called.
The GC, the big one.
That's the big one. I mean, we've been close. We've gotten 3rd here. We've been top 10 overall about every year we've cooked here. So yeah, we want to win this for Poppy, and we want to have our name called last. We really do.
Me too, man. I got my fingers crossed for you, and best of luck at the awards time.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. We're at day 2 of Hogs for the Cause in beautiful New Orleans. And I've got Erin, the barbecue duchess from Ubon's Barbecue. How's your weekend been?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Beautiful weather. Normally we're in rubber boots by this point, but we've held out, yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when you don't have to, sit through a cyclone to cook some barbecue.
Absolutely, but this is New Orleans and you never know. It's a water city.
Anything could happen, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Now, you've been in charge of the whole hog here this weekend. What was your path like to being placed in charge of the whole hog?
Yeah, my new nickname is Boss Lady, which is very strange. But no, my dad joined the team when I was 3 to 4 years old. And I've progressively gotten more and more responsibilities, my first of which was bartender around age 11. And the only reason is because I was tall enough to reach the table. And but Daddy has always allowed my sister and I to be a part of the cooking process. And each year we do more and more. And for the last, I would say since I was 16, for the last about 10 years, we've been completely hands-on. Daddy says he does not touch that pig, and my sister and I, we usually take control of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys did a great job preparing that pig yesterday. Can you walk us through the process of preparing the whole hog?
Yeah, absolutely. So we get it, and it's pretty filleted out as it is, but we typically break open the ribs to expose that loin and everything, pull back the membrane, because if you don't take off a membrane, it will be incredibly tough. And then we cut back the bacon from the rib cage and to expose it, and so we get bark bacon that way.
Oh,
season her
delicious.
up, inject it, and let her roll.
Right, and what's it cooking on?
It's on a, if you will, a backwards. if you will. So my uncle is a welder by trade, and he created the rig that we are cooking on today. And before that, he cooked Daddy's first hog cooker, and it's about 30 years old. That's my inheritance, and I can't wait. But yeah, so it's essentially a backwoods. It's a reverse flow system. The fire's on bottom. There's a water pan, huge water pan in between, and the pig on top. Mm-hmm.
And I did notice one unique feature. It had like a Lazy Susan built inside.
Yeah. So we let it cook for about 20 hours. And then after that, my dad and I will flip it. Usually it's a manual flip, but since we've been doing this so long, when my uncle was building this, he said we're going to have a swivel on it. And it just makes it a whole lot easier.
I saw you flip it there earlier. It was just obviously like a spot-on idea.
Yes. It definitely makes it a lot easier, especially if it's a one-man show. If it's not, you're just going to grab a neighbor and say, hey, you want to do some heavy lifting really quick? Yeah. It's a 100-pound hog, so you do not want to drop it, and that makes sure you don't.
No, exactly. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about the box. How do you go about selecting which meats go into the box?
So this is a somewhat sanctioned, sort of not competition. So they want to see the three mains, which is your shoulder, your loin, and your ham. And that's just to show that a pitmaster knows how to cook a pig consecutively, or concisely and throughout similarly. Yeah, because the loin is very delicate. While your two larger pieces of meat, they need a bit more heat on them. So it takes a good skill and a lot of practice to make sure that you don't dry out that loin while completely cooking your shoulder and your ham. Mm-hmm.
Well, I did manage to steal a couple of bites of that before, and I'm pretty sure you nailed it.
Well, thank you very much. We've been doing it a while. You know, they do call me the Duchess of Barbecue, or the Barbecue Duchess, for a reason.
Yeah, sounds good. Look, thanks for your time. I know you've got to get ready for the shoulder hand in now.
Yeah.
So best of luck with it.
Thank you so much.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here, day 2 in New Orleans at the Hogs for the Cause Festival. Now you've probably seen in a couple of these videos so far, I've been working out at Ubon's barbecue tent, and they're sponsored by Royal Oak. And just happening to wander by is Neil from Royal Oak, so I had to grab him and sit down and have a chat. Mate, is this your first time at Hogs for the Cause, and how are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's my first time here, and it's wonderful. The food is wonderful, the people are wonderful. Like, I need to be back here every single year.
I dare say you will be after you become part of the Ubon's family.
Yes, then the family's just wonderful. You know, first time with one of the events with them, and right away, it's like I've been family for 20 years.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt at all. So, you obviously don't have a very southern accent, so how is this festival different from other events you've been to up north where you're from?
The focus on hogs obviously is a little bit different. It's so very focused on one animal and then the different types of food there. And then just the southern hospitality is wonderful. So, you know, as you get more into the south, you see a lot of that and just wonderful people. Felt so welcoming to be here. I'm happy here. It's like I've been here forever.
Yeah, that's how I felt as well. Everyone's just so welcoming. So while we're here to talk about Royal Oak, I've got a couple of questions that I just have to know. Things like where does the charcoal come from and how's it made?
So the charcoal comes from American wood. We actually have agreements with local lumber yards right next to our facilities. Our facilities are all central in the country, in the U.S., so we have them around Arkansas, we have them around Missouri, and all the wood is locally sourced. We love that we get the wood locally sourced for 2 reasons primarily. One, we know it's great wood. That's all oak and hickory from around the area.
Oh, beautiful.
And then 2, we know the origin of the wood, that they're not chopping down trees for us. We're not doing any harm to the environment. These are trees that were already chopped down to use for lumber, and we are reusing parts of the wood that they can't use for furniture or something like that. So it's positive to the environment. It prevents that wood from ending up in some type of waste yard and decaying. Instead, we're reusing something, and we're doing something that's positive for the environment.
Man, I love that so much. That's so awesome. And the fact that it's 100% American made from American products, that's so good.
Yeah, and we love it, and there's a lot of pride to where that wood comes from and that we do it in America, that we have some people who are working at our kilns who are 4th generation. We had...
Really? Wow.
We had this year, we had someone retire who had been at our facility for over 30 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's that heritage, and, you know, what we make, it's craftsman-like, that, you know, the kiln, it's not, you hit a switch, and then you come back in a day, and it's exactly ready how you want it, that you have to figure it out, you have to play play around with it. You're opening this valve, you're closing this valve, and you're really figuring it out. So those years and generations of experience really pay out. And that's what causes us to get really good wood, that it's not this strict formula and you throw it in an oven and you pull it out. We really have some technical ability and something that's been learned over the years.
Yeah, it's evident when I was looking at the actual lumps of charcoal themselves as we were putting them in the smokers here. And they seem to burn really well. Like they've been so efficient here in these cookers here this weekend.
Yeah, and we love it. And we take the wood out and that charred wood, and we look at it, and we're kind of hitting it against each other and listening for that glass sound. And like, there's that pride, and that wood comes out great and it cooks great. And it's the same things that we use at home, and we know what we like and we know what makes it good. And it's a little bit of a challenge to get there, but we're really happy with how that product ends up coming out.
What's the glass sound that you were just talking about? What's that?
Well, when you think about charcoal, what you're doing is you're making it into something, you're taking it from very strong wood and making it into something a little more fragile that burns well. So sometimes when you hear two pieces hit against each other, it's almost like glass hitting against each other. And you want that fragileness to it so that it burns really well.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of like when you talk to the kiln operator and you're like, how do you know you had a really good day and you made a really good product? He's like, listen for this sound. And he kind of hits two pieces together, and you see that pride come through, but you also understand what's separating our charcoal from a different type of charcoal.
Yeah, sure, rightio. So can you give me a quick roundup of the different products that Royal Oak has on offer?
Sure. So our pride and joy, I would say, is our lump charcoal. So single ingredient, it is wood, it is nothing else in there. It's baked in kilns, and that is what we love to provide. We also sell a few other products. We sell briquettes. We're one of the big briquette manufacturers. So we actually take what's left over from our lump charcoal, so those little pieces, grind them up, make them into little squares. It makes it a little simpler, a little easier to cook with those. And then the third product that I'm very proud of and I love are our tumbleweeds. So I don't know if you've been able to cook with those. They're about this long. They're shaved pieces of wood tied together, and you light them up. They cook completely out in about 10 minutes, so it's the easiest way to start a charcoal grill, and then they completely burn away. So it's 100% natural, no lighter fluid used, and absolutely the easiest way. It makes it as easy as cooking with gas.
That sounds very interesting. I haven't actually seen them. You're going to have to show me some later on.
I will absolutely bring you a box.
I love it. Look, mate, thanks for your time. The team's about to get ready for the next hand-in, so I've got to go make sure I'm there for that. Thanks very much for being on the show.
Wonderful meeting you.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey folks, Ben for Smoking Hot Confessions here. We're about halfway through day 2 of Hogs for the Cause, and I've got with me Danny from Pearl Southern Comfort from all the way up in Chicago. Man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
And what is it that brings you all the way here from Chicago?
Well, I met Craig about 4 years ago at Windy City Smokeout, which is a big barbecue festival in Chicago. And then he and I just became really good friends. And so a few times a year, I just want to go out and drink beer, cook barbecue, and kind of get away from running my restaurants and hang out with these guys. And they're just the most welcoming folks you could ever meet.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And it's surprising just how many people I've been talking to this weekend that have said, well, I met Craig, and that's how the story starts.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's for sure. So I'd been coming to New Orleans. Actually, Pearl's is a New Orleans-style restaurant. I'm a Kansas City guy, so we do barbecue there as well as po' boys, gumbo, jambalaya, that kind of stuff. So for me to come down to New Orleans, hit all the restaurants, get to hang out with these guys, I mean, it's a dream come true.
And technically it's a tax deduction because it's research.
Exactly. Yep, that's true.
Beautiful. I love it. So you've actually got a couple of different restaurants, don't you?
Yeah. I've got a bar and grill, which is about 5 or 6 blocks from Wrigley Field, called Tunes Bar and Grill. I've been there for, this is my 20th year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we just opened a new place called Beck's in July of last year. And then Pearl's is 4 years old now. So
fantastic. And so how have you seen the foodie scene evolve over the last 20 years you've been in restaurants?
Well, especially at like the neighborhood where Tunes is. I mean, we've seen it like now, like I say, since it's near Wrigley Field. I mean, it's exploded, you know. All the houses, there used to be like 3 flats of rentals. Now they've been torn down on these big mansions and this, that, and the other. And it's just, you know, we do chicken wings, and it's been a tavern for 80 years. So it's just It's a really old school Chicago neighborhood bar, you know. So it's great to have that fixture there. You know, we're very family friendly, and people bring their kids in, and then we see people, they go get married, and people just move on, you know. So it's been cool, very cool.
Sounds awesome, yeah. So down here in Louisiana, we've got, you know, sort of southern influences in barbecue, and then you got your Memphis style, you got your Kansas style, that sort of stuff. How would you describe the barbecue style in Chicago?
Well, barbecue in Chicago, a lot of the African American people follow the Mississippi River up from Memphis area, and they migrated up to Chicago because there was much work. So the original barbecue in Chicago was like, they call them an aquarium style cooker, and it's all live charcoal, and the gentlemen actually have a hose. That's how they would control the fire. And at that time, the cheaper cuts of meat were the rib tips. So if you get a full slab of ribs, most people cut the tip off and discard it. Well, these guys learned how to cook them, and they chop them up really fine, and you got a nice meat on there, and also hot links. So it was like rib tips and hot links was how the barbecue started. Now with the explosion of barbecue all over the country, you know, we have like some guys doing Texas style, doing the brisket and slicing. There's Kansas City style. So it's, you know, it's more just a proper, like a barbecue restaurant, as opposed to, like, if you come up there on the south side, you would see the gentleman cooking the hot links and the rib tips. You know, you didn't really see half chickens and brisket and pulled pork, that kind of stuff. So,
interesting. So it's kind of evolving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and you know, just like it in the U.S., like Chicago, like 3 or 4 years ago, like 7 new barbecue restaurants opened.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's been a great scene to watch that. Like I say, the Windy City Smokeout is a huge festival where they bring in the best pit masters. These guys from Ubon's come every year. The guys from the Salt Lick come every year. You know, the Fox brothers who are here right now, they come up there. And then there's about 20 of the best pit masters in the United States. And then they have the best country music. So,
fantastic! Cool. I just want to loop back to that aquarium smoker that you were talking about before. So, is that a little bit sort of similar to a Carolina style smoker with like the box on top, charcoal underneath? How can you sort of be a bit more descriptive?
Because it actually looked like an aquarium. You have all the charcoal and the wood on the bottom, and then it like had like a glass top that they could lower up and down. So. I mean, it's just like, talk about smoky. You know, the guys in there just have to wear goggles. I mean, it's just so much smoke and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then when it gets too hot, like I say, they literally have a garden hose. So if their fires gets too hot, they spray the charcoal down, and that's how they control the temperature.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's not that many of them left in Chicago. I mean, you know, everything's going more with the old hickories and automated, you know, cookers, and it's just... The city of Chicago doesn't really like people burning stuff with live fire in restaurants, so. But they're really cool, man. If you ever get a chance to check out, you should definitely do it.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to chase one down and then find out how it all works.
Well, I'll be glad to show you.
Anytime, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually heading that way in a couple of days. So
sweet.
We'll have a talk off camera, and you can give me some names and numbers.
I'd love to. It'd be great.
Right. Cool, man. Look, thanks for your time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Have a good time for the rest of the weekend, and thanks for being part of the show.
Hey, enjoy the rest of your trip here in the States. We like having you.
Thanks very much.
Sure.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. We're rounding out day 2 at Hogs for the Cause in Louisiana. We've done all the hand-ins. We're just waiting for the awards. But before I get to that, I've got my good mate Kerry from Peg Leg Porker here. Mate, how you feeling about the weekend?
Oh, I feel great. It's always a good time at Hogs for the Cause.
That's what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
It's my first time here, but everyone I'm talking to is saying it's like number 1.
It's great. It's a great event for a good charity, and you know, this is all about fundraising. And I think this barbecue festival does more for a charity than any other barbecue festival in the country, as far as I know.
I think it's definitely right up there, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
So tell me about your team, Peg Leg Porker.
Well, I don't have my team down here. I'm on Team Company Burger down here with Adam Biderman and Company Burger.
I met
Matt
them yesterday.
Colasino and all the boys there. So Peg Leg Porkers compete in Memphis in May, and that's about it. And these boys are on my team at Memphis in May, so when I come down here, I'm on their team. It's nice sometimes to not have to be the one in charge. Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So usually when I do something like that, I end up being parsley bitch. It's my job to cut the parsley and put
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that you this weekend? Are you the parsley
I'll do
bitch?
that shit. Yeah, I'm doing whatever. But the nice thing is also I'm the oldest member of the team. So if I say I've got to sit down in a chair or something, you know, they give me some little leeway because they're all much younger than me. They don't know how us old people act.
Wily. That's the word. Wily.
We call it crazy like a fox in Tennessee.
Nice. I like that. I like that. So what's the barbecue style like in Tennessee? How is it different to, you know, Louisianan style, Texas style, Memphis, Kansas City?
Yeah. So, well, Memphis is part of Tennessee. Our style in Nashville, at my restaurant, is West Tennessee style. My family settled in West Tennessee in 1827 in Covington. We used to own the cotton gin. And so barbecue kind has been in our blood a long time. We do a true, real Tennessee barbecue, which has always been pork and chicken. And we got sausage as well, but it's pork sausage. We don't do brisket. And we say if you want brisket, go to Texas.
Wow.
And so, and we do a true West Tennessee dry rib. We smoke it with nothing on it except for kosher salt. And then right before it hits your plate, we hit it with our dry seasoning. It's not a rub, it's a seasoning. So you get the full flavor of the rib and the brightness of the spices without any of the flavor being cooked out of it.
Interesting. So you get, I guess, a more honest representation of the pork.
We think you do. This was originated by the Rendezvous in Memphis years ago, 60 years ago, by Charlie Vergas, and they're actually Greeks. And they started with a sandwich shop, turned it into a barbecue place. They developed this barbecue seasoning, and it's really a derivative of a Greek seasoning, but it's a fantastic way to present the true representation of the pork without covering it up by smothering it with salt or sugar.
And then all that sauce and all the rest of that as well.
Yeah, well, you know, and we serve it with a sauce on the side. Like, I like to take my dry ribs, dip them in sauce, you know, and eat them. But I've got a lot of diehard fans that they only want the dry ribs. And when we say dry rib, that doesn't mean the ribs are dry. The ribs and the meat are moist and tender. It's just the seasoning on top is a dry seasoning. They're not wet and sticky.
Yeah, gotcha. Lovely. So, what of that style have you brought to this competition this weekend?
None of it.
None of it. There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what I brought.
If this team wins a trophy this weekend, it has nothing to do with this man whatsoever.
I came down here to have some fun and not be in charge. It actually what we did is Team Company Burger's got a great product. We've got a great pork puree this year with a soft serve ice cream with bacon, pecan, pralines, and also a smoked chocolate on there. We call it 2 pigs, 1 cup. And
stop it. Stop it.
I swear. So, anyway, it's a great dessert. And we have great ribs, and we did a whole hog from Holy City Hogs from Tank Jackson in Charleston. But we cooked it on the BMF 200, which is a smoker that I manufacture. So if you want to ask what I brought to Hogs for the Cause, I brought the world's best smoker that's cooking the award-winning Holy City Hog for the hog competition today.
Sounds good, man. Tell me about that. Tell me about the BMF 2000.
The BMF 200 is it's a triple-walled vertical smoker. So it's a reverse flow. The heat comes up all 3 sides. All walls are insulated. Dumps in the top. The exhaust is out the bottom, so it forces convection. I can burn, if you're using the right charcoal, which I would recommend B&B, Char Logs, or Chef Select from Royal Oak, which is their commercial charcoal. 1 20-pound bag, 2 sticks of hickory, put it in that smoker, let it roll, get a 10 to 12-hour burn without touching the pit at 220.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the secret to success there, is the consistency of the burn.
Look, barbecue's all about time and temperature, consistency. You can shovel coals all night. You're spiking your pit up and down, up and down, up and down. Or you can have a consistent smoker like the BMF 200, steady as a rock. I like that. I've been drinking for 3 days. Look how steady that hand is.
Me too. All right, man. That sounds awesome. Look, thank you very much for your time. I realize you're a busy man. There's a line of people here waiting to talk to you. So thanks very much. Thanks for being part of the show.
I appreciate it.
Hope to see the BMF 200 pick up some awards up there on the stage.
And I hope to get back down to Australia very soon. I loved it. Cooked for Good Food Month a couple of years ago with Morgan McGlone. Want to get back down to Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth. And a shout out to my man Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was from Perth, who came and worked for me for 9 months at the Peg Leg Park.
There you go, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what he did when he retired from wrestling.
We're looking for him to open a new place in Perth soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Thank you, mate.
Hey folks, it's Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here. Day 2 is rounded up. We're literally just having a couple of beers, kicking back and waiting for the awards. And I've got Chef Tori from the Commander's Executive Palace, one of the largest, most popular, successful restaurants here in the South. Man, how has the weekend been for you?
It's just always a lot of fun for me. I mean, hanging out here and barbecuing hogs and pork shoulders and doing what we do. And all the money goes to pediatric brain cancer. So to hang out here, it's almost like family reunion. You know, this thing's been rolling now for almost 10 years, and it's great. It's ice cold beer, amazing American barbecue, fantastic local live music, and you can't ask for better.
You can't. And if it weren't for the different colored shirts, I wouldn't know who was from which team, because everybody just sort of roams around. And
we all have our own T-shirts that kind of change year to year, different colors. So we see everybody. It's like 15 or 20 people all in one shade. That's like the team, and it's such an amazing thing. This whole thing kind of started pretty organically about 9 years ago. My buddy Renee and Becker Hall, they threw a pig roast on the fly overlooking the Mississippi River on the back of the Ottoman Zoo in uptown New Orleans.
Yeah.
They invited some friends. So like, you know what? We're gonna raise some money for pediatric brain cancer. And after that, it grew and it grew and it grew. Now today we have 10,000 people walking in the door. We have 90 professional barbecue teams. And some people just like get together and like whatever. They're like dentists and doctors and lawyers.
Yeah.
So whatever. So
that's the beauty of barbecue, man. It brings everybody together.
Yeah, that's exactly the deal. Like smoke, good spice, good salt, hand craftsmanship. You just don't get that when you're, sauteing a piece of chicken. It's like low, slow craftsmanship. That's the one.
Yeah. Now, I understand that you were handpicked by President Barrack Obama to be a culinary ambassador to Australia. Man, what was that like?
And to receive that phone call from the
years later. Look at the smile on the man's face. Years later.
I've been to Australia twice now. But I was sitting at home and it was late. It was like 9 o'clock at night. My phone's ringing. I'm like, man, who the hell's that? And it's the United States State Department in Washington, D.C.
No.
Yep. And I said, hey, I just want to tell you, you've been chosen as one of the 5 chefs in America as part of our culinary diplomacy. And we want you all to travel the world and teach people what's going on with American heritage and authentic, really good cuisine. And you've been selected to go to Australia. I about fell out of my chair. I was like, God, I always wanted to go there, man. That place is fantastic. And you see it on TV, commercials, YouTube.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh my God, man, I'm serious. I've always wanted to go. And I was like tearing up, crying, walking off the plane, excited to be there. So now I've been back twice. The people y'all have, and everybody's so kind, generous, just y'all are amazing. I can't wait to go back.
So what did you show us as part of your diplomatic culinary experience?
So it's interesting. A lot of folks in Australia, if you think of America, think of American cuisine, what do you think of? McDonald's,
KFC,
Starbucks,
yeah.
Pizza Hut,
Burger King,
yeah. But to teach somebody how to make gumbo.
Oh, I love gumbo.
That takes 2 days to make.
Yeah.
Right? The people have this like look on their face, so like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So I had the amazing opportunity to go to Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney, and even up on the Gold Coast. It was amazing. So yeah, tremendous. So
sorry. You'll have to excuse the peanut gallery there behind us.
No,
Johnny, behave yourself.
I did say at the top of the interview that we were having a few beers before the awards, so...
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's crunch time now. You know, we've been cooking all night, Friday night, and then stayed up all night into Saturday morning. All of our competition stuff is in. We packaged it up in little boxes. It's off to the judges. Now we can breathe, crack open a couple of cold ones, have a couple shots of tequila, and then here in a couple hours, we'll go to the main stage and listen to some good rock and roll and find out who wins this competition.
It's going to be good times, man.
Hey, yeah.
Now, you have, I think, my favorite team name that I've seen here today. Being a bit of a true crime fan aficionado, man. Silence of the Hams.
Right, man.
That's ripper.
It's always one of those cool movies we always kind of grew up with. You know, like, yeah, Silence of the Lambs is great, man. Anthony Hopkins and all that.
I think that was my first horror movie.
And I will tell you what, one of the first years, we did an andouille corn dog. I love I love Taco Bell. It's like crap food. You know what I mean? Taco Bell and all that stuff, but I love corn dogs. So we did andouille corn dog, and then we did fava bean mustard and cayenne ketchup.
With fava beans.
With fava beans. Got a nice glass of Chianti. Well, it's great, man.
Nice.
Love it. I take my professional career seriously, but out here, man, we just want to have fun, enjoy it, relax, cook some like whole hogs, and drink some beer.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. So, were you happy with all your hand-ins today? What do you think is going to get you a call-up?
Well, last year we won whole hog. Right?
Wow.
Out of all these 90 teams, we had the best whole hog on the whole thing. So, pretty excited about that. I'm encouraged to kind of feel like the pig we cooked this year was even better. Right? It came from a small little ranch in North Carolina, flown in specifically for us today. And so we've been taking care of that one.
Wait. So the pig has been flown in with better circumstances than I have.
Yeah, we didn't fly it in from Australia.
Wow.
North Carolina's a little closer.
Yeah, but I flew in economy. I mean, come on.
I think the pig was probably first class to New Orleans and dropped off at Commander's Palace.
Yeah.
It's great. So we're really hoping to take home some awards today, but really all this is an amazing experience. There's 10,000 people hanging out today, and all the money goes to a great cause. So I'm just happy to be here and very grateful.
Well, mate, I'm very grateful to have had you be part of my show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck at awards time.
Cheers, man. All right.
And come back to Australia soon.
I cannot wait.
Got a project you'd like to work on with the SHC team? Shoot Ben an email on ben@smokinghotconfessions.com and let's have a conversation.
If you want good barbecue, you need good charcoal. And when it comes to charcoal, the denser the wood, the better the charcoal. This is where Dragon's Breath charcoal comes in. It's made from Australian native Gidgee, famous for being the third most dense wood in the world, which means you're going to get 100% quality 100% of the time. The manufacture of Dragon's Breath charcoal was founded in 2005 and is the largest charcoal manufacturer in Queensland. A company founded in firm principles and values, the manufacturers of Dragon's Breath seek out opportunities to serve the community, starting with their work in the environmental restoration of southwest Queensland sheep and cattle stations. Over the years, they've developed dietary charcoal products for livestock and horses and pets. And now there's garden and agricultural soil products that help keep moisture in the soil while it takes CO2 out of the atmosphere. Dragon's Breath charcoal will be launching on Amazon in October, so stay tuned for more info soon.
Thank you to everybody out here, especially all of our teams. A big round of applause for all 92 teams in Hogs 11. Way to go! Woo! We want to, first of all, thank all of our amazing sponsors that make this night happen, along with these wonderful teams out here. First of all, they sponsor the competition. They are Children's Hospital of New Orleans. Thank you, children. Right now, we are on this big baddie of a stage. This is Bud Light stage. Thank you, Bud Light. I've had about 3 750s myself of Tito's vodka today, so I want to thank you, Tito's, for doing it. We also want to thank Louisiana, Blue Plate, Capital One, official bank of Hogs for the Cause, Diageo, Bullet Whiskey, Phelps Dunbar, Captain Morgan, Don Julio, Tabasco. Let's spice it up in about 5 minutes. Also want to thank Scariano Distributing, Newski's Bacon, the best bacon there is on the market. The one and only Neat Wines, the one and only Max Loubier. We want to thank the ripped guys from Apino, Avon, Hawkins. Without their guns, without their sleeveless shirts, none of this could be happening.
All right.
So let's turn it up.
Okay. Now, earlier at the captain's meetings, we did a moment of silence for Gary Rourke, but Gary would not want that right now. How about a big, loud round of applause for Gary Rourke?
And if you have a drink in your hand, you take that drink. None of this would be possible without that man's tutelage.
That whole family, the Ubon's right over there. There you go. We miss Gary, but we know he's here in spirit. All right.
All right, it's time to get into the categories.
We'll do the best sauce. In 10th place, out of Arkansas, the Presumptuous Pigs. 9th place, Hoggy Style. 8th place, where's Pigglesworth? They were just here. 7th place, Two Forks Farms. 6th place, one of my favorite names, Sport Porkin'. 5th place, Hog Jammin'. 4th place, Maison National. All right, here we go. How about a little fried smoked meats in 3rd place? Come on up, boys and girls. 2nd place, Silence of the Hams. And your 2019 sauce champion, the Pork Yard.
We're moving on to one of my favorite things, mayonnaise. Blue plate, that's mayonnaise. 10th place, Smokey and the Bacon. 9th place, that old school 96 Panic at Lakefront Arena. It's Captain Borkenheimer. 8th place, Pork Chapatulas. 7th place, they took a year off. They're back, Chits and Pickles. 6th place, Rougarou Q. 5th place, Goody Q. 4th place, Swino. All right, 3rd place. They had a beautiful photo of me. I love these guys. Deuce Bigelow, Pork Gigolo.
Deuce Bigelow, come to the stage.
2nd place, it's a Dracky Treehorn joint. It's Hog Jammin'. And 1st place.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
Damn,
I don't think, other than for all the fantastic work they do, I don't think they've sniffed the stage for awards since Hogs 3.
They've won
First
sauce.
place, Sweet Swine. Oh my!
The only all-lady steaming hog. Let's bring out Jason Riles from Newski's Bacon. This company provided nearly 2 tons of bacon on site today. Him and I have been 10th place, Newski's Bacon. Smokey in the Bacon.
Serendipitous.
And let's also give a shout out to our first inaugural winners, Lauren and In Charge, also known as Team Lard. Last year they won it with the Herzen fart. And it was a delicious dish. They're not just sexy, they know how to cook. 9th place, Sport Porkin'. These guys are getting calls. 8th place, Mississippi Bacon Association. It's in the name. 7th place, your 2018 Grand Champion, Swine Crew. 6th place, Captain Porkenheimer. 5th place, Hoggy Style. 4th place, Piggy Stardust. Yay. All right, the next 3 teams, please come to the stage. In 3rd place, it's a Piglet Division.
Wow.
This is one
Never
of our
happened
smaller
before.
teams, one of our new divisions. These guys are from the Midwest. Their names are Cracklin' Spreads. Second place, Newski's Bacon. Pork Chapatulis. And your winner.
Oh, this is big. This is
big. I don't know if these guys have ever won a category.
I think what they really base their stuff off of is something that rhymes with turban.
Right. Swerving?
I'm dipping and I'm swerving. No. Turban.
Bring it back to the real thing, bud.
Okay.
Swino! You're bacon champions!
We're going to start with whole hog. Y'all ready? Now these next couple of categories and your fundraising determine grand champion. 10th place, whole hog. A tradition unlike any other, Maison National. 9th place, whole hog.
Oh, it's a newbie. It's a noob. Weird. This is a hard division.
Hell of a team named 16 Cracklins. 8th place, whole hog. He's the damn mayor of Mid-City. It's Pork Funk All-Stars. 7th place, Ubon's Barbecue out of Yazoo. 6th place, they make a hell of a burger, but with Lunchbox, they make a hell of a whole hog. It's Team Company Burger. 5th place, Dangerous Rinds. 4th place, hell of a view, Born to Grill. 3rd place,
come to stage.
Whole Hog, 2019. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. It's Hog That Nation. 2nd place,
maybe
Hog.
maybe the nicest guys in barbecue.
Nicest guys in barbecue. 2nd place, these guys aren't bad either. It's Rougarou Q. And your 1st place, whole hog champion. Who do we think? Taking odds, going fast, going quick. It's Mr. Pigglesworth.
All right, let's turn it over to ribs. 10th place. Want to stress this?
This is ribs.
We want to stress this a little bit more. This man is continuing to fight every day. He came out here, put together the menu for the whole team, cooked for the whole team. He's got a restaurant we should all go to called DTB. Carl Schubert, you're the man.
Big round of applause for Carl Schubert and Hoggy Style, please.
10th place. Ribs. 9th place. No Sleeves. Mr. Pig Stuff. 8th place. Two Forks Farms. 7th place. I hear the place is for sale for $5 million.
Yeah.
Mr. Neal at Wet. 6th place. They know bacon. They know ribs. Mississippi Bacon Association. 5th place. I don't know if they know much about barbecue, but they score pretty well here. Blue Oak Barbecue. 4th place. Typically known for their hand pies, but Hugh Pigs is getting in the ribs division. All right, I'm going to announce the top 3. Y'all come to stage, starting with Dangerous Rhymes. 2nd place. Say You. Say Me. Swine Al Richie. And your 2019 ribs champion is Apocalypse Now.
All right. Let's go pork shoulder here. In 10th place, they've gotten a couple calls already. That's Sport Porkin'. 9th place, Smoky Ridge Barbecue. 8th place, they have an association. It's Mississippi Bacon Association. 7th place, Fry Smoked Meats. 6th place, Beers Fly When Pigs Die. 5th place, just a couple little barbecue restaurants out of Atlanta and Charleston. That's Foxeria del Sol. 4th place, Swine and Dine, baby. Here we go to the stage. 3rd place, Tailgate Tigers. In second place,
Who we got?
let's change the name a little bit. Central City and the Pork Lipstack. And in first place on Pork Shoulder, Mr. Bigglesworth.
This is our Anything Goes category, exploring all the wonderful things that the pig has to offer. Pork Beret, here we go. Y'all ready? This is my favorite category. 10th place. Apocalypse now. 9th place, had a hell of a showing last year with the Hers Infarct. It's Larden in charge. 8th place, Irish Brew Barbecue. 7th place, I used to ride the highway. I used to know where I was going. It's Captain Porkenheimer. 6th place.
I'm stepping in.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Jeff's Barbecue Bungalow.
5th place. I told y'all he's the mayor. It's Pork Funk All Stars. 4th place, Smokey and the Bacon. And here we go. Y'all ready? 3rd place, Pork Chapatulas. 2nd place. I tell you what, we gave these boys a stern talking to a couple of years ago and said, you know, Mississippi is usually behind us in every category, and y'all need to step up. 2nd place, Mississippi Bacon Association. And
This is absolutely nuts.
2019 Pork Parade champion. If you could cue the Chicago Bulls theme, she may need to retire. She is the Michael Jordan of Pork Parade. It's Swine Crow!
We got two things left. Fundraising and grand
Come on,
champ.
Sean. Pay attention, young man. This year, we budgeted ourselves to give over $1 million in a single year to charities, pediatric oncology programs, and families. And we're going to do it. $1 million in 1 year, guys. That's what all of y'all are doing. Y'all should be incredibly proud of yourself. Thank you. Big round of applause for you. You teams this year, wait for this. You raised a combined total of over $2 million. Come on. 11 years, $2 million. That's insane, guys. Here's how we're going to do it. I wish we could bring every last one of y'all, because every one of y'all makes the difference out here. But we can only announce the top 15. Number 15, over $30,000. It's our friends back at Swino. Come on, over $30,000. We're going to clap for all these teams. How insane is it that over $30,000 was number 15? Come on, that's crazy. How about number 14? They're all doctors. Big Latin. Clap, come on. They raised over $30,000. 13, Fry Smoked Meats, over $30,000. Number 12, out of Montgomery, Alabama, they do their own event. It's Druid's Barbecue. Number 11, Captain Porkenheimer, over $30,000. This is insanity. How about we go to number 10, raising over $40,000? What? Silence of the hands. Number 9, over $40,000. It's Mr. Andrew Shuford. March of the Pigs. Seem to have lost track. Number 8, over $40,000. Swine and Dine, baby. Number 7, insane, over $50,000. Deuce Bigelow Pork Gigolo. Where's Richard? Send Lawman. Number 6, they're a conglomerate this year. It's a combination. They're over $50,000. Blue Oak Barbecue, Swine and Style, Bodacious Barbecue, Hoodoo Browns. Listen, good Lord, over $50,000. We got a little jump here. Number 5, over $70,000 at number 5, and that's Mr. Pigglesworth. Now, in Hogs 3, Hogs 2, the thought that the 4th place team would be raising over $125,000 would be the most nonsensical thing we could come up with. Number 4, over $125,000. That's Mr. Big Stuff. Give it up. Come on. Clap for him. All right, let's do this pick, ladies and gents. All right, now we're going to get really big and really insane here. So in 3rd place, over $210,000. A big round of applause for the Boars Nest. Big round of applause. Come on, guys. $210,000. That's incredible.
$210,000.
Number 2, over $215,000. That's Foxeria del Sol. Come on, boys. They may be from Atlanta and Charleston, but we better give them a big round of applause. That's $215,000. It's going to help families. This is insane, guys.
Charleston, Atlanta, just an absolute perfect union with these guys.
There he goes on the steps.
Run up. All right. That can mean only one thing.
I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this team before, but they finished in 1st place in fundraising for the back-to-back.
I don't know. This was out of nowhere. Let's glorify this number.
Raising $442,000. That's Team Flirty-Cube. Give it up.
All right, Becker, let's go alternate.
Let's clear the stage. This is our last one.
Here we go. Come on.
This is the last one for 2019.
Once again, before all the insanity ensues, thank you to every single person out in that field. We could not do this without you. We appreciate you. We love you. What you do makes us so emotional. Big round of applause for all you out there. All right, here we go.
I'm going to write. Let's do it this way.
Champion, the Ben Surratt Jr. Grand Champion. Here we go. 15th place, Foxeria del Sol.
14th place, Hog That Nation.
13th place,
Sugar.
This is kind of a sneaky team. Tailgate Tigers.
12th place, it's none other than Crazy Jeff's Barbecue Bungalow.
11th place, best view in the whole yard, Born to Grill.
9th place.
Wait, no, you skipped one.
Oh, sorry. 10th place.
Yeah, 10.
Fry Smoked Meat Company.
9th place, Dangerous Rinds.
8th place, maybe most improved this year.
I got to give it to him. 100%.
Rougarou Q.
7th place.
We got to give a shout out to this
Now
guy.
listen, Sam LeBlanc wins a bunch of different things. Most wasted at Hogs and 7th place Grand Champion.
6th place, they're known for their ham pies. You Bigs.
5th place. I'm going to repeat the joke because I'm running out of stuff. The sky was yellow and the sun was blue oak.
4th place.
Wow.
Here we go.
Wow. 2018 Grand Champion Swine Crew. All right, this is it. Third place. Wait, y'all, this is it. This is 2019. Are y'all ready? Is everybody ready for us to announce this and everybody go home and get a good night's sleep? Third place. I am so glad we kicked their butts and told them they weren't doing enough for the great state of Mississippi. It's Mississippi Bacon Association. All right, let's get them up and we're going to do this thing. I think we all know who the two teams are down to. Here we go. It was a highly contested year. Let's get a picture with Mississippi Bacon Association. God damn, you're sexier than I am. This is one of the rules that was prohibited in the rule book, but they all want to hug me. Becker is a fragile being, everybody. He's a fragile being. Win the whole goddamn thing, my man. All right. Congratulations. Hold on. Let's exit stage. Congratulations. They're starting to become bridesmaids a lot, though, these guys. They're never really invited to the real dance. Yeah. All right. Do you want to... Here we go. We got two teams left. Who's it going to be? It was tight. We have eliminated these butts. They are not one of the teams that are going to win. I'm going to announce second place. And go immediately into your grand champion. You got it. Okay. Everybody ready? Here we go. Second place. Hogs for the Cause Grand Champion 2019. Mr. Picklesworth. First place Grand Champion of Pork Lip Style Central City Barbecue. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you all. Some more space on. And there you have it, family. How was that for an impressive barbecue festival? I can't even tell you how incredible that festival was. This year, they broke $2 million raised for kids with brain cancer, and one team alone, the Fleur de Q barbecue team, raised a breathtaking $442,442. I gotta say, if you're planning a barbecue road trip through the South, you gotta head to Hogs for the Cause. It's definitely one of the best experiences I've had in my life, period. Before I let you go, I want to remind you about our killer merch lineup, the Smoking Hot Confessions community on Facebook, and if you have a minute, it'd really help me out if you could subscribe, rate, and review the show. The ratings and reviews trigger the algorithms and make Apple distribute the podcast further and wider, so they are really important and very much appreciated. And that's the end of the show. Till next time, take care of each other and keep on queuing.
Thanks for listening to the Smoking Hot Confessions podcast. Head on over to smokinghotconfessions.com for recipes, tips, and Ben's own confessions.